Welcome friends. In this session we study vectors which are sent by an operator into scalar multiples of themselves. We describe characteristic space and characteristic polynomial of an operator. We characterize diagonalizable operators whose characteristic vectors span the vector space under consideration. We will see the definition of minimal polynomial and we will show that minimal polynomial divides the characteristic polynomial of an operator. Characteristic values. Definition: let V be a vector space over the field F and let T be a linear operator on V. A characteristic value of T is a scalar C in F such that there is a non-zero vector alpha in V with T alpha equal to C alpha. Characteristic values are also called characteristic roots, latent roots, eigenvalues, proper values or spectral values. Definition: if C is a characteristic value of T, then any alpha such that T alpha equal to C into alpha is called a characteristic vector of T associated with the characteristic value C. B. The collection of all alpha such that T alpha equal to C alpha is called the characteristic space associated with C. Theorem 1. Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V and let C be a scalar. The following are equivalent. 1. C is a characteristic value of T. 2. The operator T minus Ci is singular, that is not invertible. 3. Determinant of T minus Ci equal to 0. Proof. 1 implies 2. C is a characteristic value of T implies there exists a non-zero vector alpha in V with T alpha equal to C into alpha. This implies T minus Ci of alpha equal to 0 with alpha not equal to 0. This implies T minus Ci is not 1 to 1, which implies T minus Ci is not invertible. 2 implies 1. T minus Ci is singular implies T minus Ci of alpha equal to 0 for some non-zero vector alpha in V. This implies C is a characteristic value of T. 1 implies 3. C is a characteristic value of T implies T minus Ci is not 1 to 1, which implies determinant of T minus Ci equal to 0. 3 implies 1. Determinant of T minus Ci equal to 0 implies T minus Ci is not 1 to 1, which implies T minus Ci of alpha equal to 0 for some non-zero vector alpha in V. This implies C is a characteristic value of T. Remark: if T is a linear operator and C is any scalar, the set of vectors alpha such that T alpha equal to C alpha is called subspace of V. It is the null space of the linear transformation T minus Ci. We call C a characteristic value of T if this subspace is different from the 0 subspace. That is, if T minus Ci fails to be 1 to 1, if the underlying space V is finite dimensional, T minus Ci fails to be 1 to 1 precisely when its determinant is 0. Remark: in view of criterion 3 in the theorem, since determinant of T minus Ci is a polynomial of degree n in a variable C, we will find the characteristic values as the roots of that polynomial. If B is any ordered basis for V and A equal to T with respect to B, then T minus Ci is invertible if and only if the matrix A minus Ci is invertible. Hence, the following definition makes sense. Definition: if A is an n by n matrix over the field F, a characteristic value of A in F is a scalar C in F such that the matrix A minus Ci is singular, that is not invertible. Since C is a characteristic value of A if and only if determinant of A minus Ci equal to 0, or equivalently if and only if determinant of Ci minus A equal to 0, we form the matrix Xi minus A with the polynomial entries and consider the polynomial F equal to determinant of Xi minus A. Clearly, the characteristic values of A in F are just the scalar C in F such that f of C equal to 0. For this reason, F is called the characteristic polynomial of A. It is important to note that F is a monic polynomial which has degree exactly n. Characteristic polynomial of an operator. The following result enables us to define sensibly the characteristic polynomial of an operator. Theorem 2. Similar matrices have the same characteristic polynomial. Proof: If B equal to P inverse into A into P, then determinant of xi minus B equal to determinant of xi minus P inverse A P equal to determinant of P inverse into xi minus A into P equal to determinant of P inverse into determinant of xi minus A into determinant of P equal to determinant of xi minus A. Definition: the characteristic polynomial of an operator T is the characteristic polynomial of any n by n matrix which represents T in some ordered basis for V. Just as for matrices, the characteristic values of T will be the roots of the characteristic polynomial for T. In particular, this shows us that T cannot have more than n distinct characteristic values. It is important to point out that there are operators that have no characteristic value. Example 1, let T be the linear operator on R2 which is represented in the standard ordered basis by the matrix A equal to 0 minus 1 1 0, equation number 1. The characteristic polynomial for T or for A is determinant of xi minus A equal to determinant x 1 minus 1 x equal to x square plus 1. Since this polynomial has no real roots, T has no characteristic values. If U is the linear operator on C2 which is represented in the standard ordered basis by the same matrix A, then the characteristic polynomial determinant xi minus A equal to x square plus 1 over the field of complex numbers has two imaginary roots I and minus I. Hence, U has two characteristic values I and minus I. Remark: in view of example 1, we note that while discussing the characteristic values of a matrix A, we must be careful to stipulate the field involved. The matrix A above has no characteristic values in R, but has two characteristic values in I and minus I in C. Diagonalizable operators. We note that if there is an ordered basis B equal to alpha 1 etc. alpha n for V, in which each alpha I is a characteristic vector of T, then the matrix of T in the ordered basis B is diagonal if T alpha I is equal to C I into alpha I. Then matrix of T relative to the basis B equal to matrix C 1 0 etc. 0 0 C 2 etc. 0 etc. 0 0 etc. C n. We certainly do not require that the scalars C 1 etc. C n be distinct. Indeed, they may all be the same scalar when T is a scalar multiple of the identity operator. Definition follows. Definition: let T be a linear operator on the finite dimensional space V. We say that T is diagonalizable if there is a basis for V, each vector of which is a characteristic vector of T. Example 2, the linear operator T on R2 given in example 1 is not diagonalizable because it has no characteristic values. Theorem 3, suppose that T alpha equal to C into alpha. If f is any polynomial, then f of t of alpha equal to f of c of alpha. Proof: let f of x equal to a n x raised to n plus a n minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus etc. plus a 1 x plus a naught. Then f of t alpha equal to a n t raised to n alpha plus a n minus 1 t n minus 1 alpha plus etc. plus a 1 t alpha plus a naught I alpha equal to a n c n alpha plus a n minus 1 c n minus 1 alpha plus etc. plus a 1 c alpha plus a naught alpha equal to a n c raised to n plus a n minus 1 c raised to n minus 1 plus etc. plus a 1 into c plus a naught into alpha equal to f of c into alpha. The following lemma states that the characteristic spaces associated with the different characteristic values are independent of one another. Theorem 4, let T be a linear operator on the finite dimensional space V. Let C1 etc. Ck be the distinct characteristic values of T and let Wi be the space of characteristic vectors associated with the characteristic value Ci. If W equal to W1 plus etc. plus Wk, then dimension of W equal to dimension of W1 plus etc. plus dimension Wk. In fact, if Bi is an ordered basis for Wi, then B equal to B1 etc. Bk is an ordered basis for W. Proof: the space W equal to W1 plus etc. plus Wk is the subspace spanned by all of the characteristic vectors of T. Obviously, dimension of W less than or equal to dimension of W1 plus etc. plus dimension of Wk. To prove the equality, it remains to show that the characteristic spaces associated with the different characteristic values are independent of one another. Suppose that for each I we have a vector beta I in Wi and assume that beta 1 plus etc. plus beta k equal to 0. We shall show that beta I equal to 0 for each I. Let f be any polynomial. Since t beta I is equal to C I into beta I, theorem 3 gives us that 0 equal to f of t 0 equal to f of t of beta 1 plus etc. f of t of beta k equal to f of c 1 into beta 1 plus etc. plus f of c k into beta k. Choose polynomials f 1 etc. f k such that f I of c j equal to delta I j equal to 1 if I equal to j, 0 for I not equal to j. An example of such polynomials is f I of x equal to product j not equal to I x minus c j by c I minus c j. Then 0 equal to f I of t into 0 equal to sigma over j delta I j beta j equal to beta I. Now, let B I be an ordered basis for W I and let B equal to B 1 etc. B k. We claim that B is a basis for W. Obviously, B spans the subspace W equal to W 1 plus etc. plus W k. Any linear relation between the vectors in B will have the form beta 1 plus etc. plus beta k equal to 0, where beta I is some linear combination of the vectors in B I. By the discussion so far, we know that beta I equal to 0 for each I. Since each B I is linearly independent, we see that we have only the trivial linear relation between the vectors in B. Hence, B is a linearly independent sequence of vectors. This completes the proof. Theorem 5. Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional space V. Let C 1 etc. C k be the distinct characteristic values of T and let W I be the null space of T minus C I. The following are equivalent. 1. T is diagonalizable. 2. The characteristic polynomial for T is f equal to x minus c 1 raised to d 1 etc. x minus c k raised to d k, and dimension of W I equal to d I equal to 1 etc. k. 3. Dimension of W 1 plus etc. plus dimension of W k equal to dimension of V. Proof 1 implies 2. Suppose the T is a diagonalizable linear operator. Let C 1 etc. C k be the distinct characteristic values of T. Then there is an ordered basis B in which T is represented by a diagonal matrix which has for its diagonal entries the scalar C I, each repeated a certain number of times. If C I is repeated d I times, then we may arrange that the matrix has the block form matrix T B equal to matrix C 1 I 1 0 etc. 0 0 C 2 I 2 etc. 0 etc. etc. 0 0 etc. C k I k. Equation 2, where I j is the d j cross d j identity matrix. Hence, the characteristic polynomial for T is f equal to x minus c 1 raised to d 1 etc. x minus c k raised to d k. d I, the number of times which C I is repeated as root of f, is equal to the dimension of the space of characteristic vectors associated with the characteristic value C I. This is because the nullity of a diagonal matrix is equal to the number of zeros which it has on its main diagonal, and the matrix T minus C I B has d I zeros on its main diagonal. That is, dimension of W I equal to d I equal to 1 etc. k. Hence, 1 implies 2 is proved. 2 implies 3. Suppose the characteristic polynomial f is the product of linear factors as in 2. Then the sum of the d i's is the degree of the characteristic polynomial, and that degree is dimension V. Hence, d 1 plus etc. plus d k equal to dimension V. Hence, 2 implies 3 is proved. 3 implies 1. Suppose 3 holds. By theorem 4, we must have V equal to W 1 plus etc. plus W k, that is the characteristic vectors of T span V. Hence, V has a basis consisting of characteristic vectors of T, and thus T is diagonalizable. Hence, 3 implies 1 is proved. This completes the proof of the theorem. Minimal polynomial. Definition. Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V over the field F. The minimal polynomial for T is the unique monic generator of the ideal of polynomials over F which annihilate T. Remark. The minimal polynomial P for the linear operator T is uniquely determined by the following three properties. 1. P is a monic polynomial over the scalar field F. 2. P of T equal to 0. 3. No polynomial over F which annihilates T has smaller degree than P has. If A is an n by n matrix over F, we define the minimal polynomial for A in an analogous way as the unique monic generator of the ideal of all polynomials over F which annihilate A. If the operator T is represented in some ordered basis by the matrix A, then T and A have the same minimal polynomial. This is because f of t is represented in the basis by the matrix f of A, so that f of t equal to 0 if and only if f of A equal to 0. Theorem 6. Let T be a linear operator on an n dimensional vector space V, or let A be an n by n matrix. The characteristic and minimal polynomial for T or for A have the same roots except for multiplicities. Proof. Let P be the minimal polynomial for T. Let C be a scalar. We have to show that P of C equal to 0 if and only if C is a characteristic value of T. First, suppose P of C equal to 0, then P equal to x minus C into Q, where Q is a polynomial. Since degree of Q less than degree of P, the definition of the minimal polynomial P tells us that Q of T not equal to 0. Choose a vector beta such that Q of T into beta not equal to 0. Let alpha equal to Q of T into beta. Then 0 equal to P of T into beta equal to T minus C I of Q of T into beta equal to T minus C I of alpha, and thus C is a characteristic value of T. Now suppose that C is a characteristic value of T, say T alpha equal to C alpha with alpha not equal to 0. By theorem 3, P of T into alpha equal to P of C into alpha. Since P of T equal to 0 and alpha not equal to 0, we have P of C equal to 0. This completes the proof. Theorem 7. Cayley-Hamilton. Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V. If f is the characteristic polynomial for T, then f of T equal to 0. In other words, the minimal polynomials divides the characteristic polynomial for T. Proof. Let K be the commutative ring with identity consisting of all polynomials in T. Then K is a commutative algebra with identity over the scalar fields. Choose an ordered basis alpha 1 etc. alpha n for V and let A be the matrix which represents T in the given basis. Then T alpha I equal to sigma j equal to 1 to n A j I alpha j 1 less than or equal to j less than or equal to n. The following is the equivalent form of the above equations. Sigma j equal to 1 to n delta I j t minus A j I of alpha j equal to 0, 1 less than or equal to I less than or equal to n. Let B denote the element of k n by n with the entries B I j equal to delta I j into t minus A j I into I. When n equal to 2, B equal to matrix T minus A 1 1 I minus A 2 1 I minus A 1 2 I T minus A 2 2 I, and determinant of B is equal to T minus A 1 1 I into T minus A 2 2 I minus A 1 2 into A 2 1 into I, that is equal to T square minus A 1 1 plus A 2 2 into T plus A 1 1 into A 2 2 minus A 1 2 into A 2 1 into I, which is equal to f of t, where f is the characteristic polynomial given by f equal to x square minus trace of A into x plus determinant of A. For this case n greater than 2, it is true that determinant of B equal to f of t. Since f is the determinant of the matrix xi minus A whose entries are the polynomials xi minus A I j equal to delta I j x minus A j I, we claim that f of t equal to 0 In order that f of t be the 0 operator, it is necessary and sufficient that determinant of b alpha k equal to 0 for k equal to 1 etc. n. By the definition of b, the vectors alpha 1 etc. alpha n satisfy the equations sigma j equal to 1 to n b I j alpha j equal to 0 1 less than or equal to I less than or equal to n. Equation 3, when n equal to 2, it is suggestive to write 3 in the form matrix T minus A 1 1 I minus A 2 1 I minus A 1 2 I T minus A 2 2 I into column matrix alpha 1 alpha 2 equal to column matrix 0 0. In this case, the classical adjoint edge B is the matrix B tilde equal to matrix T minus A 2 2 I A 2 1 I A 1 2 I T minus A 1 1 I, and B tilde into B equal to matrix determinant of B 0 0 dit B. Hence, dit B into alpha 1 alpha 2 is equal to B tilde into B into column matrix alpha 1 alpha 2 equal to B tilde into B into column matrix alpha 1 alpha 2 equal to column matrix 0 0. In the general case, let B tilde equal to adjoint of B, then by equation 3 sigma j equal to 1 to n b k I tilde b I j alpha j equal to 0. For each pair k I and summing on I, we have 0 equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n sigma j equal to 1 to n b k I tilde b I j alpha j equal to sigma j equal to 1 to n sigma I equal to 1 to n b k I tilde b I j into alpha j. Now, b tilde into b equal to determinant of b into I. So, that sigma I equal to 1 to n b k I tilde b I j equal to delta k j determinant of b. Therefore, 0 equal to sigma j equal to 1 to n delta k j into determinant of b into alpha j equal to determinant of b into alpha k 1 less than or equal to k less than or equal to n. This completes the proof. Now, let us summarize the session. In this session, we have described characteristic vectors, characteristic space and characteristic polynomial of an operator. The characterization of diagonalizable operators have been made. We have seen that minimal polynomial divides the characteristic polynomial for an operator. Before going to the next session, try to answer the following questions. 1. Let V be an n-dimensional vector space over F. What is the characteristic polynomial of the identity operator on V? What is the characteristic polynomial for the 0 operator? 2. Let A be an n by n triangular matrix over the field F. Prove that the characteristic values of A are the diagonal entries of A, that is the scalars A I I. 3. Let A is equal to 6 minus 3 minus 2, 4 minus 1 minus 2, 10 minus 5 minus 3. Is A similar over the field R to a diagonal matrix? Is A similar over the field C to a diagonal matrix? 4. Let T be a linear operator on the n-dimensional vector space V, and suppose that T has n distinct characteristic values. Prove that T is diagonalizable. Hope you enjoyed the session. See you next time. Until then, goodbye.